Hello, welcome to my new channel. My name is Voodoo, also known as VooDoo-HD. This is the very first video that I'm going to start recording, and I wanted to start it with one of my favorite games, Gates of Hell. Now, if you are a brand new player to this game, and you somehow stumbled upon this video, or you're diving deep back into the very beginning of it all, then welcome, and hopefully you learned something. Um, One thing to kind of note about me is I value coolness points, fun factor. Not really into the whole meta or it's got to be the best of the best, point maximization. I'm not really about that here. Uh, I'm a huge history nerd. I mean, if you see me or anybody playing a World War II game, odds are they are a massive history nerd. But I'm basically going to be playing just custom or Conquest Dynamic Campaign, create a new one. So I'm gonna start it kind of a little stereotypical, I suppose. USSR, Germany versus USSR. See, it's already Conquest number 14. I play this game a decent amount of times. I have no mods installed at the moment. I wanted to start fresh, bare bones. I do have all the DLC loaded up. Other than that, as the series progresses on, I'm going to go through essentially every single nation of vanilla, right? So Germany, then the Soviets, then the Americans, and then finish it off with the Finnish, i.e., the Finns. Um, After that, I'm going to install a couple of mods and kind of go through those other different nations that you can play as and do some interesting little variations. But to get straight to the point here, if I do ramble on for too long, I'll do my best to edit it out because I'm known to ramble and go down the rabbit hole. Anywho, uh, just kind of explain the initial setup I like to do is I love to go into research and immediately get that call sign 2 in, right? And then come way down here. I'm gonna get that free cart. Sometimes, actually, I might feeling froggy. I want to get that supply truck because supply is king. Part of me also believes that I could just carry on with just a normal rifle squad. I'm very tempted. Go ahead and do that. My setup for each nation kind of changes here and there, especially when we get into the more defensive. This is kind of like your light armor, right? That's like what you get your Puma and other things like that, wheeled vehicles to wield and tracked. I honestly never touch this. That's just a personal preference. I never really touch it. And then when it comes up here to the Panzer, right? Panzer 1, and then you have your Panzer 2s. Normally, this is where I stop right here, is at the Panzer 2, because the Panzer 2 here, in my experience, can actually get you pretty far because that, if I'm not mistaken, is a 20 millimeter gun on it. That 20 millimeter goes a very, very long way. I also like to get myself some anti-air because normally the AI loves, loves to throw anti-air at you. Let's see. I mean, I really could be cheeky and immediately jump to the veteran rifle squad. Don't think I want to. Grenadiers at? I just sworn I saw the Grenadiers somewhere. Ah, there they are. Let's see that 1 point. It's an investment for the later fun. Alright, so let's see here. Standard rifle squad. I mean, you could use these guys, which is basically light infantry. I mean, they're cheap, very cheap in comparison to rifle squad, but don't really pull any punches you need immediately. So let's see. My first call in is normally all infantry, so I get 2 rifle squads, a medic squad, and then 2 rifle grenadiers. So, you may be asking, why would you do that? Yes, it has relatively great anti-infantry potential, right? The unforeseen benefit is its anti-vehicle use, right? It's HE. I mean, I've seen videos. Let's see, 9 millimeters penetration. I'm telling you right now, that's pretty good. It's 9 millimeters across, right? So if you hit a tank on the top portion of the turret, or at least in the engine, you could potentially cause a fire or just disable that vehicle in general. So underrated, right? Yeah, you have your anti-tank gun here, right? That has a lot more penetration potential, but it's like a steep drop off, especially in the health damage. Now, yes, you could do it from afar, and yes, you could do it in relative safety, but you may not be able. It's not going to be useful for very long, right? Early tanks, yes, but these guys a little more effective consistently overall, in my humble opinion. But then again, most of the time, now I'm saying this begrudgingly, my tanks just take care of them. So I like to do this, and then supply truck, and I'm feeling real froggy about it. I don't have enough points on mine. Okay, cool. You might be asking yourself, Voodoo, do you not need an officer? Nope. I do not. And some people are like, oh, well, why don't you grab a reconnaissance unit? Like, oh, I don't really feel like it. You know why? Because, in many different militaries, the rifleman is a designated scout. That is like their primary job, right? The squad leader's job is to lead the squad. Rifleman's squad is to scout. The assistant rifleman is to assist the MG operator, fulfilling his duties and roles, and the MG assistant is to carry the ammo and the extra barrels. And then if the MG guy dies, he picks up the gun. And same for the MG ammo bearer. He just carries more ammo. But anywho, starting in Stalingrad outskirts. That's gonna be super fun. All right. So what each episode is going to consist of is basically the first half of the episode is going to be assault and hearing me drone on and on and on about whatever I decide to talk about at that time. And then the second half of the video is going to be the defense, and that's going to be one day, one video essentially. So I hope you guys enjoy. I am a research goblin. So I'm going to go for the hardest thing and get me that research. Alright. Beautiful. Okay. Let's see here. So I like to just kind of bring in my vehicles initially. Kind of secure that perimeter a bit. Also, if you didn't know, if you hold right click and then pull your mouse, you can basically tell them what direction you should face when they get to what position. That mainly works for like tracked vehicles. Like trucks, however, it doesn't really work that way. I just don't bother, quite frankly. Also, I love the camera. Alright, now for the infantry. So here, I like to just combine my grenadiers together with the actual infantry squad, just because it fits. Now, they're at max capacity for as many troops that they can have in that squad, so I'm not going to actually try to combine the medics with them. So one thing I love to do, right, and it's kind of nerdy on my part, honestly, this whole thing nerdy.
Sanitäter ist einsatzbereit.
Is I love to have a skirmisher formation supported via tanks, especially on the advance. Now, in my early days of playing this game, I was just kind of that guy that just loved, like, just run at the enemy, and then basically they all just get mowed down. Well, taking a few pages out of the history books, right? If I was in a urban environment, I'd essentially divide these guys up into like different squads as like this, right? And then send like individual guys into different ways. But since I'm attacking essentially an open field, let's keep them kind of like this, spread out. Let's kind of see the path. We'll probably take some of this, work over here. Cool. Okay. Said, let's get these guys. So you see how you can again hold right click and move. You can kind of orientate that. This guy. Get the other squad. And up two. So, as you can see right now, they're spread out. Now it's kind of essentially a wider sense of view. Sometimes the AI will kind of bug out though. Beats other AI trying to move. Normally get back to it, right? But essentially this allows for like just a wider spread, and if, you know, I run into the most random infantry grenadier or whatever, right? He's not gonna nuke my entire infantry squad off rip, right? Because that'll be very depressing if that were. That is a massive setback, especially this early on in the game. Kind of spread out again, so you know, a theme you'll constantly see me do is keeping my troops spread out. Oh my God, take it easy. Now, right, these guys can only shoot at maybe one or two individuals. Advantage. Whereas my infantry, right, have spread out. They cover a lot more ground. See, that would have been bad if I was a machine gunner, right, and my guys running it right up. Would have mowed them all down. Would have been a real bad day. Especially for my first video. Then I'd have half a mind to just delete it and say, alright, well, we're going to have a second first video. Because that's kind of embarrassing. But, you know.
Geht's los?
I'm running for it. Okay, so, occupy this. They should be able to have range to fire. Get my infantry to occupy this one. They're definitely within range to fire. Oh, hey, nothing coming into action. Oh, isn't it definitely nice. Right, so Grenadier, that'd be really nice of you. Could shoot that guy. Another thing is, I'm not a massive micro guy in this game. I mean, this is definitely certainly depends on micro, because it just look kind of fun to me. Like if there's a massive squad of infantry running straight in front of an MG42, odds are I take control of the MG42 and just kind of, you know, have a little fun. What? Alright, what are those choices? Adios. Oh my God. What is that? nice little firefight here in this nice village. Oh, actually, you guys are actually range. Since these guys are well preoccupied with fighting, they're suppressed, but then allows these guys to. Oh,
Panzer einsatzbereit.
basically flank. Guys go up, hold in the battle.
Begebt euch in Schussposition.
Männer, sucht euch Deckung. Wir können nicht erwischen.
Begebe mich in Deckung.
Deckung! Ja.
These boys, they are going to scout. Haha, look at that. Like I said, one of the primary dudes, a rifleman.
Befehle?
Scout. So yeah, another thing. So double right clicking means they're just going to run immediately to wherever it is that they were supposed to go to. Single right click means they can take their time, they'll kind of go slower, but it also means they'll engage an enemy if they come across it. Now that's kind of important, right? Because if you just have them blindly, run at whatever, I understand it's a lot faster if you double right click everywhere you go, and it's like boom, 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 you're there, but odds are they're going to die the moment they come across a single random place dishka in a bush, right? Having them be able to respond is nice. Alright, so we have successfully taken our first objective, so what I'm going to do now is bring up your supply, basically the support. And make sure my guys are tucked in, because
Befehle?
sometimes the AI
Befehle?
loves. No, don't you worry about that. Sometimes the AI
Jawohl.
just loves to send in reinforcements. Speaking of,
Ich begebe mich in Deckung!
Bleibt in Schussposition.
oh no. Almost as if as the old saying goes, Sloan City wins the race on this game. And honestly, it's just nice to let the enemies just walk into your guns. Right. There's an old saying. What was it? God. to take a piece of land. Go on. I'm screwing it up. I'll come back with that later. Remember. Alright, so now what I like to do is just to make sure everyone's kind of topped off on munitions. The last thing I want to happen is everybody all of a sudden is out of ammo. It's real awkward, really fast. Up everybody.
Was sollen wir tun? Ja.
Especially these guys are gonna be my attacking forces for the next objective.
Ja. Braucht jemand einen Sanitäter? Sanitäter hier. Verstanden. Was sollen wir tun?
I got medic with me, have him right back in the tank. I don't know if the Russians are gonna bring tanks down that road. I really don't. Guess we'll find out. See? Them right there. Single able to respond accordingly. Especially if I'm not paying attention. Okay, it's my avenue of advance here. I hear a gun emplacement. I hate that. I hate gun emplacements. So sometimes when you're hovering over something, you can like clearly hear them. Like another vehicle, tank, an SPG, or not even an SPG, yeah. Technical, right? Getting wheeled in or pushed. Here, like the rubber tires on the dirt. It's odds are it's an anti-tank gun. Probably they're 57 millimeter, which that'll just cleave right through my Panzer II. Be very unfortunate and wasted resources essentially. Yep. Shocker. Look. Ooh, that's even worse. A 76. Yeah. I took my squad leader and my rifle. Everyone else. I am dawdling too hard on this one. Something like this. I'm going. Thank you.
Weitermachen! Weitermachen!
Yes.
Achtung! Feindgeschütz! Nächstes Mal hast du nicht so viel Glück. Achtung, feindliches Geschütz! Feindliches Geschütz! Verdammt, wir haben unser Geschütz getroffen! Ich glaube, ich hab's erwischt! Jawohl!
Yeah, here's an idea.
Dort! Haltet drauf!
Yep, just take my time.
Rechte Flanke absichern! Achtung! Feindliches
You guys
Geschütz!
can sit right there. Let me just completely reload.
Aufpassen! Feindliches Geschütz!
And boop.
In Deckung!
Okay, I'm actually
Feindliches Maschinengewehr!
Granate, schnell! Auf geht's!
There we go. Alright.
Haben wir einen Marschbefehl?
I'd say crisis averted, but yeah, the crisis is still present. Holy Jesus.
Ich brauche hier einen Verband.
Cool.
Schnell!
Here's one back up.
Nächstes Mal hast du nicht so viel Glück!
job, medic.
Ein
Who
Täter
knew
wechselt die
you,
Position.
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit.
doing good on time. You have nowhere near constant cap. Some experience. Is there, oh. So you may also be asking, oh, you just talked about always being spread out. Yeah, well,
Was sollen wir tun?
I guess. Let's continue with the theme.
Panzer einsatzbereit.
Braucht jemand ein Pflaster?
Just don't have time for this.
Panzer meldet sich einsatzbereit. Panzer erwartet Ihre Befehle.
Interesting calculating, but very well. This guy's still good.
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit. Volltreffer.
Good. You know, part of me feels like I should have been a little bit of a goblin and just had acquired that gun. Would not have been a horrible idea. You know, spoiler alert, right? There's a good chance that when I'm playing as the Finns, I'm going to be stealing a lot of enemy equipment just because the Finns are difficult. Just because, as it, not impossible. Done it a couple times before. But yeah, my tactics with them changes a lot.
Panzer erwartet Ihre Befehle.
Everybody does it. Not as brave, I suppose. Not as direct. I like to essentially like set traps where I can. I can do that. I like to set traps essentially, and I think I do.
Habt ihr noch Munition?
Random fucking T guy off in the distance. Anyway, I like to set choke points with the defense, basically use AT and you know what other goblin like disable, destroy, and to potentially even capture the Soviet weapons.
Geht's los?
Alright, it would probably benefit me to get all my guys over here. Let's see.
Wir sind in der Überzahl.
Wir haben einen Vorteil.
Deckung! Rally!
Jetzt haben wir sie!
I'm actually really glad they did
Stellung halten!
Not gonna lie, if we investing some support elements in this right now,
Jetzt haben wir sie!
like fire support, artillery, would be nice right about now. Would really kind of soften up the defenses. My humble
Deckung!
anti-material rifle just liquidated my.
Panzer einsatzbereit.
Oh, that's not good. Not at all.
Greift an!
Did not realize he was that low explosive.
Ja,
What is going
da
on
kommt
with
noch
this?
mehr! Scheiße, der hat mich fast erwischt!
It's like the most awkward position.
Ja,
He's not
was sollen wir
firing.
tun?
Wieder auf die Befehle!
Nicht zurückweichen,
Keine
Kamerad! Was geht endlich los?
He's up.
Ja,
Stellung halten! Ziel aus
You know, if you guys had guns up, medic would not have probably not have died. Just protecting medic. This anti-infantry? I don't know. Anti-tank infantry. Yeah, he's like fighting for his life right now. He has like pop, shot and drop. Nice.
Schnell, wir müssen
He's
weiter.
leaving my butt. I did not realize they were all down to AP or even APCR rounds, which is not very useful for a 21, especially trying to handle with infantry, mass infantry.
Position! Ja?
This guy. That's actually perfect. He's the assistant. I just want to send that guy because he's an MG assist. He's got ammo on his back. Do not want
Daneben!
I'm going to
Daneben!
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit.
smart.
Panzer erwarten.
But good frag up there.
Granaten raus!
Feuer hast du nicht so viel Glück.
Jawohl.
Frag that hole, just in case.
Handgranate!
A miracle that he did not get deleted by his own vehicle. But you see how
Rücken wir aus?
not a horrible idea to send a single guy up because these guys were just hiding that smoke. Annoying they do that. And the fact that a single infantry, right, a single dude is capping this point pretty much means the point is clear. Alright guys. Oh, hard fought battle.
Panzer einsatzbereit.
You get the honor of capping it.
Panzer meldet sich einsatzbereit.
Ja.
Now, haven't made up my mind yet, but good chance that while all this kind of goes on, like while I'm capping, if honestly nothing happens, I may just cut to essentially the next screen, which I'm kind of doing research and or reorganizing my units, or I might just even cut straight to one defending. It just really depends. The videos can start getting too long, what have you. But I'd rather not have you guys sit here and wait for everything to finish, especially for the defense videos, because I know that. Alright, let's see. Lost 5 infantry. Most of that came from that 76mm gun that just got rolled in and For some reason, I kind of honestly I froze. I just sat there and froze. Normally on the very first mission, I have maybe one casualty, but 5 is actually a bit much for me, to be honest. But you know, what can you do when you get hit in the face with high explosive? All right. Now look at that. That's some great research. Okay, so I'm pretty much going to keep the same infantry. What's the word I'm looking for? Um, yep, that's a word. Can't find it. That's all right. So I'll select small defense. Probably gonna get the next call-in stage because I like. Actually, grab mortars too. That'd be kind of nice to have. See, I get the trucks. Um, yeah, we got my 2 centimeter, or also known as a 20 millimeter. Now, this is where lines get drawn. Now, I like to have gun emplacements because I find them cool, and in a lot of games, you don't actually get to mess with any of them. But the thing is, though, there's a certain point to where a lot of this just becomes very superfluous because you have medium to heavy artillery barrages, which right doesn't take up any population or any of your like kind of like forces you got to call in, and you don't have to resupply them, or you do have to resupply them, but it doesn't cost manpower or munitions. It just costs like those SP or special points or whatever the heck, and you can have them drop anywhere on the map, which is nice when the AI inevitably will roll in like 5 mortars and 5 AT guns in the back of the map, and they just sit there. They don't advance, and or they are advancing, and they're just peppering your lines, and it gets so annoying because the AI basically just said, "Hey, I'm not gonna send any infantry. I'm just gonna kill all your troops, and basically not take the point because I'm just gonna sit here on my guns." So it gets kind of frustrating. So then you may ask, "Oh, why do you get these then?" And the honest answer is novelty. I love just messing with these different guns. They're just fun, and I find them neat. That's pretty much it. So with that being said, 75 is a pretty fun gun to use. And then Panzer II is kind of run its course. I can honestly just beeline to the Panzer III. Let's be real here. Could I even get the... Oh, I can get the Panzer IV. Oh my god. Alright, I'm doing it. So, honestly, you could heavily invest in your infantry, and you can get pretty far doing so. Oh, I hate when I have to dismiss heavily experienced tanks. But, actually, I still have room in there. Interesting. I can actually put the supply with them. I might honestly not have enough stuff what I'm wanting to do. So right now, for the interest of saving money, I'll just get 2 Panzer IIIs. Two of these. Oh, dude, I'm already out. Oh my gosh, I can't even get. Still can't. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, looks like I'm just gonna roll with this, and I'll just throw them in here. kind of consolidate. Oh, that's nice. I love it when it is a flush. See, goes to show. Should have stolen that initial 76 gun. Should have done it. But nonetheless, no artillery for this one. I mean, in all honesty, the AI, since this was like the first battle, and I love that I just gestured to my own screen, the AI will basically not catch up to me in tanks for probably like another like quote unquote 5 days, essentially on the operation day strength. For some reason, they just, you know, I'd like to think it'd be a cool concept for the AI to scale their armor advance as like the player does. But then again, I feel like that would also be horrifying to see, because I'm pretty sure like there's some people that like will only use the light infantry squad and then just dump all their points to get like a tiger tank like by like day 3 essentially, which would be. Oh yay! Look at that, more research. Honestly, I could use more economy, or what is this stuff called again? I don't remember. Yeah, can't forget about my medium barrage. Alright. Let's get it going. Alright, now in. So defense, one of my personal favorites. Let's see.
Ja. Was sollen wir tun?
Honestly, I should grab another supply. But oh well. Alright, so nice little thing about when you have the AI here is they will actually tell you which way the enemy are coming from. It's nice, right? So sandbag is positioned this way, and when you get more defensive layers or defensive levels, it'll be more obvious on which direction the enemy may be coming from, which is this general vicinity. And the same can be said from here, right? Sandbag is oriented this way, so they're coming from essentially this direction. And you should tailor your defenses in said manner. I like to kind of spread the love with my infantry. And then same with my tanks, technicals. Because Soviet AI loves mass charge. They really love mass charge, and it gets a little silly. Also love to kind of put this off, especially on defensive, because once I get my troops in position, I love to just kind of sit back and watch and just observe. Try not to interfere too much, just because this is a test on. To me, this is like a test on how well prepared am I to say like handle to handle a encounter with manipulating infantry, the commander, right? Stick his head in the hatch, which is neat. Also, can't be seen drawback. Alright. This one to do. I love to spread my troops out, as you may already know. Because enemy loves to do essentially the same. Spread his troops out. Now these are little mini foxholes, and I love these things so much. Wow, this MG can actually do something. That's nice. Actually, we're good.
Panzer meldet sich einsatzbereit.
I think I want to position. So it takes a minute for them to kind of dig in, but this will be beneficial because the AI loves. The AI loves to send orders, and it is the most annoying thing to me.
Wann geht's denn endlich los?
Bane of my
Wie lauten die
existence.
Befehle?
Because then they're always just ever so slightly out of range. Kind of give
Haben wir einen Marschbefehl?
tank support. Because it's always just so ever
Einsatzbereit.
out of range of any of my guns. And so then they just... Right now I'm also reorientating anti-air right here so that he can just have that full view so he doesn't fire his heads. These guys sit up.
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit.
So I...
Panzer erwartet Ihre Befehle.
Let's take this guy. So an issue you may run in with the anti-tank is that they love to friendly fire. You ain't using
Sanitäter.
stick him. You ain't using anti-tank right or anti-air, sorry, if they ain't friendly firing. Kids, jeez,
Ja?
I can't tell how many times I've had
Was sollen wir tun?
half a squad decimated because
Wann geht's endlich los?
anti-air just wanted to just go off,
Jawohl.
just ruin my day and everybody else's day.
Wie lauten die Befehle? Rücken wir aus?
Rücken wir aus?
It's just the nature of the beast, I
Bereit.
suppose.
Wann geht's endlich los?
Jawohl.
So this will honestly probably be the most heavy micro that you'll see me ever do in this game. Is how I orient it, or how I make my defenses for my infantry, especially on the defensive. Just because it's the whole aspect.
Wie
I
lauten
just
die
find it
Befehle?
fun. I hate when they do this.
Wann geht's endlich los?
Get in the hole just dug. Okay. Should
Wie lauten die
get
Befehle?
oh. You gotta double check you guys. Make sure they're actually getting inside the little box. Otherwise, bad things could ensue. Cool. Everybody should be doing. Also, fun little fact about the medic. You go down here to the bottom right and placement option, you can build a medical rally point.
Sanitäter ist unterwegs.
So basically, if you guys run out of bandages, right, then you just kind of run into it and basically grab more bandages. That's basically the usefulness of it. Infantry should be here in the next like 20 seconds or so. Then infantry. I can't recall if it's 7 minutes they come in or maybe even 6. I know sometimes when I'm running a mod, they come in at like 9 minutes or something of that sort. So I suppose it kind of varies. But I'll try my best to capture the most favorable combat that I can. But I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm trailing down this road with a tank. Sneaking suspicion. I'll try my best to actually capture all the, glory of this fight. Ah, see the arrows. See? The sandbags don't lie. God, dang it.
Rücken wir aus?
Alright, gotta reposition these guys.
Befehle?
Or too late. Yep, it is.
Schnell, in Deckung!
Panzer einsatzbereit.
Yeah.
Den ist der Gegner frei.
This is a bunker. They really should be called. Just like that. towers that they are walking in on.
Schnell in Deckung.
Not gonna lie, a mortar would be really nice right now. Just to kind of pop them. But I do not want to waste my barrages. I know I got 3. But they are really useful. If you've ever seen the movie We Were Soldiers, right? The broken arrow scene, right? And all out, just a last ditch
Sucht euch Deckung!
defensive barrage, right? Yeah, nice practical concept behind that, especially in this game. Real nice. Especially when they start rolling in like all the anti-tank or anti-air units in, especially the SPG ones that just start just shredding your infantry, which is just a sad, sad sight to see. Here we go. So we're front. Oh, what emplacement? Yeah, bad decision. He just rolled in basically on like the strongest point in my front line. Army's really hoping that it just come in this front. My whole infantry, tanks, everyone would just start. He decided to be silly. Roll in. Actually, may do. Oh! Joy. Revenge.
Panzer, wir sind einsatzbereit.
That's cool. Didn't want it anyway. Oh, boy. 45. The 45 is super effective.
Achtung, feindliches Geschütz.
Now, in all honesty, oh, great. There's a chance. I don't know this one. Rolling in armor. And I lost my armor asset. So thankfully I had peppered a decent amount, but got an X.
Wir müssen die Stellung halten.
He's supposed to be dead or something.
Nicht zurückweichen,
Hey.
Kameraden.
I'm pretty sure it said that.
Brauchen die Befehle.
I never covered it.
Achtung, Feindpanzer.
The odds are watch that he's just fixing.
Achtung! Feindliches Geschütz!
Stegen daneben.
I might honestly pinpoint what he just fixes. Let's take the next side. funny things right here. What? Oh my gosh. I told you, man. These Gundam plays made in my existence.
Panzer meldet sich einsatzbereit.
Wann geht's denn endlich los?
Oh, this is gonna be a hard fought battle.
Was sollen wir tun?
Stuck in the knee.
Bleibt in Schussposition!
Vorbei!
Daneben!
I just might have this first line of defense thing unlocked. I honestly would have potentially lost this one. Solely based off of where they came and how like their AT guns basically pulled a jump and deleted some weapon assets.
Ja! Jawohl!
Schnell, Männer, in Deckung! Woher?
Begebe mich in Deckung!
Schnell, Männer, sucht euch Deckung!
Definitely heavy pressure.
Hab ihn! Jawohl!
Panzer erwartet Ihre Befehle.
He's going off. Yeah, that guy was out of ammo. Completely. Surprisingly, this side did not take that many casualties.
Braucht jemand einen Sanitäter?
Heading back.
Wir müssen das...
You guys took the brunt. Scary thought that those AT guns are so out there.
Jawohl.
Bleibt unten!
Is there a dead bomb?
Alles klar.
Schnell!
Deckung!
Nochmal! Bleibt gefälligst unten!
Ich gehe nicht in Deckung.
Position! Jawohl, für den ist der Krieg vorbei!
Button. Look for the eye. Gun. Still out of ammo, geez.
Was sollen wir tun?
Wann geht's los?
Okay, well, fortunately enough, I am exceptionally positive that the brunt of the enemy forces have been defeated. Now, it's going to take another about 8 minutes for this game to finish. So, with the magical, awe-inspiring power of editing, I will more than likely make it to where you are seeing the casualty list. Unless I eat my words, and all of a sudden the enemy likes to send in another massive wave of convicts and just somehow overruns my position. There's already an AT gun pecking at my...
Sucht euch Deckung!
Oh.
Panzer einsatzbereit.
Takes out my... Popping out to die.
Befehle?
Might as well fix it. Anywho. Actually, as I was explaining. Who and what is that? Random conscript squad. Just proving me wrong. Just running back into the nether. Chief. Part of me hopes they just run straight into my other tank and just get shredded. I hope. Yeah, this is only gonna get worse. I feel it in my bones. But as I was saying, there's roughly 6 to almost 5 minutes remaining left in this game. If nothing else happens, by the magical powers of editing, you will just be seeing the casualty list. Alrighty, so here we have kills and the deaths. So let's see. He killed 25 of my guys. I killed 123 of his. Well, technically, wow, I lost more men than the AI did. Normally it's vice versa, but that right side defense was not the best in the world, and in my opinion, it's important to, after every game, especially defensive one, because the defense ones I enjoy them a lot more than I do the actual like attacking. Because attacking, it's very formulaic, very just skirmishers, send tank, bomb, easy cap, pretty much avoid minefields. But for the defense, I take a little more pride in that. Now, thinking about it, an important thing I should not have done was I should not have sent my right flank tank to basically assist the other flank, because I just sent him into the unknown with no infantry support, and then he runs into apparently all the AT guns imaginable and gets decimated, which puts me out of a tank, and then also makes me lose even more supplies. I probably don't even have to really replace it. But then also left my right flank even weaker than it needed to be. The next thing is I should have also put some infantry on the right side, so then I potentially would not have lost my A gun truck so quickly into the match. Because by God, that I think that gun lasted for, I wasn't paying attention to the timer. I'll probably look back, but it was like what, 20 seconds into the first contact, maybe 40. But troops held on strong. The nice dispersion really helped, especially on all fronts, especially on that left flank when they started rolling in a mortar. I don't even think he got anybody. I think he might have got a single infantry, but I think he pretty much missed the rest of his shots, which is the whole purpose of those foxholes and spreading them out. All right, let's see what the damage is, economically speaking. Because, oof. We got a little bit of a bloody nose on that one. Not gonna lie. Got some nice research out of it, but oh my god, barely any munitions. I mean, we got a decent amount of resource gain. That payback, oh my gosh. That was a lot. We lost so much. Nice little risk factor, I suppose. But, oof. Fortunately, we still get to keep that. But, alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. This will be the end of this episode. Catch the next episode where we start the next battle on Radevki, and we'll assault it and then defend. This is Voodoo, the guy that you do know and love, hopefully. See you guys next time.